Imagine a world reeling from two devastating global wars, its economies shattered and international trade in disarray. This was the grim reality facing global leaders in the mid-20th century, a time when the very fabric of international finance seemed to unravel. The failures of the interwar period, marked by competitive currency devaluations and protectionism, had taught a harsh lesson. A new, stable economic order was desperately needed to prevent future conflicts and foster global prosperity. This urgent need led to one of the most pivotal moments in economic history, the Bretton Woods Agreement. In July 1944, as World War II still raged, delegates from 44 allied nations converged on Bretton Woods, New Hampshire. Their mission was ambitious: to design a new international monetary system that would promote global economic stability and growth. Two brilliant minds largely shaped these discussions: John Maynard Keynes from Britain and Harry Dexter White from the United States. Keynes advocated for a more radical global currency, while White pushed for a system centered on the US dollar. Ultimately, White's vision, backed by America's economic power, largely prevailed, laying the groundwork for the post-war order. The conference established three pillars of the new system, designed to prevent a return to the economic chaos of the past. First, the International Monetary Fund, or IMF, was created to promote global monetary cooperation and exchange rate stability. It would provide short-term financial assistance to countries facing balance of payments difficulties, preventing competitive devaluation. Second, the International Bank for Reconstruction and Development, now known as the World Bank, was established. Its primary role was to provide long-term capital for the reconstruction of war-torn Europe and to foster economic development globally. These institutions were designed to be cornerstones of a new, cooperative, global economic architecture. The third, and perhaps most defining, feature of Bretton Woods was the fixed exchange rate system. Under this system, the US dollar was pegged to gold at a rate of $35 per ounce. Other member currencies, in turn, were pegged to the US dollar, creating a stable, predictable framework for international trade. This dollar gold standard provided a sense of certainty, encouraging cross-border investment and commerce. For nearly 3 decades, the Bretton Woods system served as the bedrock of global finance. It facilitated the post-war economic boom known as the Golden Age of Capitalism, fostering unprecedented growth and stability. Countries could plan their trade and investment with confidence, knowing currency values would remain largely stable. However, the very success of the system began to sow the seeds of its eventual decline. As global trade expanded, the demand for US dollars grew exponentially. To meet this demand, the US had to run persistent balance of payments deficits, issuing more dollars than it held in gold reserves. This created the three-thing dilemma, the need for the dollar to be both a stable reserve currency and flexible enough to meet global liquidity needs. By the late 1960s, confidence in the dollar's convertibility to gold began to wane. Countries started demanding gold for their dollar holdings, putting immense pressure on US reserves. The system, designed for stability, was becoming increasingly unsustainable. Finally, in August 1971, President Richard Nixon made a dramatic announcement. He unilaterally suspended the dollar's convertibility to gold, effectively ending the Bretton Woods system. This event, known as the Nixon shock, ushered in an era of floating exchange rates, where currency values were determined by market forces. The immediate aftermath was a period of uncertainty and adjustment for global markets. Despite its collapse, the Bretton Woods Agreement left an indelible mark on global finance. The institutions it created, the IMF and the World Bank, continue to play crucial roles in the international economic system today. They have adapted to new challenges, from sovereign debt crises to global development goals, proving their resilience. The principles of international cooperation and the pursuit of global economic stability, born at Bretton Woods, remain vital. It taught us that even in times of great upheaval, collective action can forge a path towards a more prosperous future. The Bretton Woods Agreement, though no longer in its original form, continues to shape our understanding of global economic governance. Its legacy reminds us of the constant need for thoughtful design and adaptation in the face of an ever-changing world. Thank you for joining us on this journey through a pivotal chapter in economic history.